how much of your output that's made it to the screen has your father watched?
Oh, well, he always has a lot to say.
So he does watch it.
Yeah. He doesn't watch the Miss Pat show. I think he loved that it's on BET Plus, and he just has to, well, obviously I'm not going to get that. And I'm like,
they won't let me.
That's fine.
Patrick, I'm a Caucasian. I can't get BET.
Don't I assume they do one of those facial recognitions and they'll know.
They'll know. Yeah. My name is clearly Irish.
Now,
like there's no black people with Walsh as a last name.
I know people come down on this, but what if I were to make up my face with a black or a brown cream?
That way, I'll go to the BET offices where you do buy streaming, I'm imagining. Where do I get in line?
And it is kind of, it's the sweetest reason for Blackface ever. He wanted to see his son's work. Who could be mad about that?
Welcome to Tank Top Talks with Matt Braunger. I'm your host, Matt Braunger. Tank tops are ridiculous, but they feel good. And the reason why they feel good is because they're ridiculous. Patrick Walsh, talk about your wall. You cut me off. It's okay. You're like, hold on.
I've already fucked
I should have set you up. Fine.
Yeah.
I don't need a perfect dismount every time. Patrick Walsh, let's talk about your tank.
I'd love to. It's the reason I'm a couple minutes late this morning, but I don't have a tank top in my collection.
That's fine. The rule is just no sleeves. That's it. Yeah.
Now, do you have many?
Yeah, a lot.
And you always did.
I know. I had a couple to throw on during vacations, and then when I started this thing, I was like, I'm going to get a new tank per episode. And that ended about 12 episodes ago. Where I'm just like, because why?
Right.
Too expensive. And B, the great thing is nobody really cares, especially about me, about what tank top I'm wearing. It's all about the guest tank top. It's all about the guest tank top and how that reflects your personality or whatever the story is. So yeah.
And that is what causes my anxiety to spike, knowing that there's pressure on it. Or like on a podcast. People
have showed up with wife beaters. People showed up with just one they bought at the CVS, a t-shirt. They cut the sleeves off. It doesn't matter. Yeah. You asked me to do this last week, and I was going to Vegas. My girlfriend is a jeweler, and there was a jeweler's conference. I tagged along. And I thought to myself, well, you better get a tank top while you're in Vegas, or you're going to come back and have no time. I'm there. The tank tops are all like, blow me. Yeah.
Like just not cute.
It's wild. The amount of times I go someplace and go, they're going to have some sweet tank tops. And they're all tank tops. I'm like, these are all trash.
They're trash.
And I'm like, I'm fine with like a trash one.
Yeah.
Like New Orleans, for example, was almost like an embarrassment of riches. Because they're all so stupid.
Yeah.
I'm stupid on purpose.
Right. One tequila, two tequila, three tequila, floor.
Yeah. Or one's like, some witticism about how actively barfing every day is a good lifestyle choice.
Cleans out the system a little bit.
But you're like, I can't.
To that person, that's true.
Sure.
And honestly, we don't know it isn't true.
It's true.
We're not doctors. No. But I got back from Vegas on Sunday night, and now I'm like, I have no time to get that tank top. And you can get it Tuesday, but it's 9 a.m.
Yeah.
What are you going to go to the early morning tank top shop in Los Angeles? You can't even get a sandwich after 8 p.m. in Los Angeles. So I go to Amoeba yesterday, and I get the only tank top they have. And I thought it would be an embarrassment of riches. Kiss tank tops, AC/DC, at least.
Right.
But I thought I can get a really cool, an indie shirt, a band I love.
Good call.
They had one tank top, rack after rack of shirts, band shirts.
Yeah.
But only one tank, and it said Amoeba, and it was a record with hands juggling, vinyl.
Yeah.
Stupid as hell. But I was like, I'm getting it. $20. I'm not asking you for a reimbursement. I get the tank top home, and I make the fatal flaw of not trying it on.
Oh, yeah.
So then I wake up, and I'm sort of excited today because I've been lifting weights for a long time.
Yes.
I'm not saying I look amazing, but I've been lifting a lot of weights. So I'm like, at least I know I've got some definition.
Right. Sure.
Not just gelatinous globs hanging out of my shirt.
Okay.
And I try on this thing. It's got like bra straps. The thin strap.
You bought a
tank.
woman's. I've done that.
I don't think it was a woman's. It fit, but it had like strappies.
Oh.
It was showing way too much skin for me to be comfortable with.
Yeah.
I felt exposed.
Yeah.
I go to get in the car and I see my neighbor, and the shame was so great that I said I have to make it another tank top change. And now it's 8:15 and I got to be here at 9.
Right.
Now I remembered I bought this Costco Slut shirt.
So good.
I love Costco.
Me too.
I was there last night.
Nice.
And I'm going to rip the sleeves off AC Slater style and just do it that way.
Perfect.
And it actually kind of works.
It looks real cool.
Kind of a Hulk Hogan.
You look like the most fun guy in like an 80s party movie. You know?
Was Costco around in the 80s? Sam's Club.
I think they were kind of around. I think actually Sam's Club ripped off Costco because they were like, we want to compete.
Oh,
and
interesting.
that was, I mean, based on nothing but my dim memory.
Yeah.
You know?
They're definitely, Ben Affleck is making a movie of Costco versus Sam's Club right now.
As well,
it's one of the only films they'll green light.
That was my only beef with Idiocracy was that the only store left is Costco. I was like, no, I would do Walmart would have that shambling shit. You go to Costco, everyone in there is incredibly capable because they're well paid and their benefits are 100%. Great. No matter how crazy stuff gets, they're just in control.
Yeah.
Costco forever, man.
I'll go one bigger. I'll go on both sides of the register. You've got a higher class of person.
I would agree.
Costco.
Yes.
Have you been to a Wal? I mean,
oh yeah, Walmarts are. I didn't out of protest. I would avoid Walmarts forever, and now that it's the targetization, it's all blown out. It's kind of all the same on a certain level. So if like I'm in a small town and that's where you go, I'll go. Yeah, you know. But yeah, it's been not great.
I'm from Missouri. It was all Walmarts. Yeah, and Kohl's.
Yes. Sure.
I've never walked into a Walmart or a Kohl's where I didn't feel like I could be running that place in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I feel bad for everyone working there because I know they're just part-timed to death. Yeah. They have to pay all their own insurance.
Yes.
All that stuff. And it's and when they look lost, I'm not mad. I'm never that person that's like, don't you work here? You represent a company. It's like, that doesn't care about
when you
man.
Put on the Walmart stripes. It's stolen valor if you don't know where the auto parts are.
Were their descendants, the seven of the richest people in the world?
Yes. Like none of that money trickling down to you.
You know? Meanwhile, CEO of Costco is going around eating like 8 hot dogs in a row. Did you see that?
I love that guy.
Yeah, he's the best.
They're like, if you make the hot dogs 49 cents instead of 29 cents, we can make a lot more money. And he's like, you can pull that 29 cents from my
I'll have your family killed. Don't you dare.
Love that. I mean, we have to be able to rely on something in this world.
And it's the thing of I think increasingly the whole idea of corporate perspective is just so insane.
Yeah.
Where it's like, what about human lives? That's an abstract. Human lives are an abstract concept, and we're more into. Do you mean shareholders?
Yeah,
we're trying to improve their lives every day.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like you can't just view everyone as chattel.
You can. I think we're.
Well, no, clearly you can. What am I saying? But yeah,
No, it's a bad time in Vegas, which is kind of notoriously right now hurting because nobody has any money.
Sure.
It seemed pretty crowded, I will say.
Vegas, it's the thing for every report I see, like Vegas is empty. Every time I go, it's packed. And I'm like, it's almost like I never thought I would go to Disneyland this many times in my life. But now I have a 5-year-old. So I've been like twice a year for the past 5 years. And every time you go there, crack of dawn, you're in there and you're like, maybe today will be that magic, like within 3 hours, it's just packed. I think certain areas of Vegas might be deserted. Maybe probably your Hooters casino.
Sure.
Not as packed as it was.
Well, people still need Hooters in a recession.
Yeah. God bless Hooters.
Yeah.
I'm not putting down Hooters. I'm just saying it might not be as packed as like the Bellagio.
Right. Well, it's crazy you mentioned Hooters, and I feel comfortable saying this because I'm not going to do it, but this IP of everything, that everything has to be tied to something.
Oh, good. Tell me someone, just to FYI.
Patrick, where this is going.
Patrick is a successful television writer and also a very funny comedian and a heck of a guy.
Thank you.
He let me just set it up for you a little bit. Are you going to go on record right now that someone has reached out with the Hooters IP that is looking to make a Hooters show?
1,000,000% yes.
Had a feeling.
And my agent did it. Actually, it was one of those where you get an email from an agent that's not yours.
That's always fun.
And you're like, who's this?
Who's Connor?
And Connor's like, All right, I'll go in. Like my agent probably didn't want to be the one to bring this to me. So it starts off.
Do you also have that thing of my policy is kind of basically bring me everything because I just want to see?
And
I'll never be offended.
When I respond, because he came through with the energy of like, look, I'm embarrassed to even be bringing this up. And
yes.
So my response had to be, don't ever be embarrassed to bring something up. But there's no work.
We got to do the Hooters thing, but we got to placehold something. We have to go. What's the one that stands out? And I'll say what's the one that stands out for me. So anyway, the Hooters.
So it was that. It was you know what? Why don't I read the email?
Let's do it.
But Hooters corporate, I thought this place was going under. How in a post-Me Too world?
We can't. We used to be a proper country. We cannot lose Hooters.
I don't want to lose it. I'm just saying I thought surely they were gone.
And especially, I will side note this. There are other businesses following their lead. Have you heard of Twin Peaks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you were on the road?
Yeah.
That's another
I thought a
titty,
right.
themed Twin Peaks.
It's a clever name.
That was a successful show, cult classic show, several films.
Yeah.
And they were just
took
how about we can also make a call boobs thing?
And I don't know how they avoided the Lynch estate on that one. Although he was famously like boobs.
But there's, who doesn't?
Mulholland Drive?
Who doesn't?
Come on. Couple of classic sets on that one.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
There's also kilt lifters, which is more of a people who like a handsome dude.
Oh, it's guys in kilts. All right.
I'm just saying.
And then the ladies flip it up as they walk away.
Perhaps.
All right.
I don't know. Perhaps.
Yeah.
But it's I'm all for non-predatory objectifying. Does that make sense?
Of course.
Yeah, on a certain level.
There's always families in a Hooters.
Sure.
Like a little boy, and he is staring into a woman's asshole, and then his dad's like, "That's my boy."
I don't know about the asshole thing, but
no, always.
I just love that their hook is their wings are incredible, and they are.
They are, yeah.
You know what I mean? If they didn't have a quality product, oh God, it's been so long. I think I went
20 years.
I think I went with a bunch of like a mixed crowd, more ladies than dudes.
Yeah,
a few of which had never been to one.
More blue cheese than ranch, if you know what I'm saying. What?
I don't know the euphemism. Well, read the email.
Here we go. I genuinely can't believe I'm writing this email. It's how the email begins. Yes.
That's the start of every great email.
But here we are in the year of Lord 2026. But here we are.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to be making fun of my agent, but the writing on this is appalling.
I mean, he said the year of Lord.
I'd love to
typing too fast.
I'd love to set you up with Blah, who oversees Blah for Blah. They have the rights to Hooters. The rights to Hooters. And they want to make an edgy multicam out of the property. Primarily, but not exclusively, targeting broadcast. Now, why wouldn't you target the streamers?
Yeah.
Put them on the glass.
Well, not both.
We want to see them.
Why not both, though?
Why not both?
Peacock.
Peacock and NBC.
Yes. Right.
The traditional and the cock.
Yeah.
They have the rights to Hooters. Yeah, I said that. They want to present 3 takes to Hooters corporate and proceed from there. I'm not even number 1.
Wow.
I go in and there's other writers with takes. We pitch to a tribunal at Hooters.
This is testing for the network for writers.
Yes.
So you're going to go in there and there's going to be 2 other yahoos. And
yes.
You're all going to sign a contract and then you go in front of the suits.
The only bumpers they have are they want the non-coastal, meaning not just a Hooters multicam for the coast.
Of course. Of course.
Not just, this isn't your New Yorker Hooters multicam.
I understand everything needs to be said. So not just for Laguna Beach? What are you talking about?
That really made me laugh.
They want it for Nantucket. The end.
Yeah. The only bumpers they have are they want the non-coastal, non-political.
Do they have Hooters that far to the coast? I haven't seen. You ever seen a Hooters on the beach?
You never.
Florida.
Sure. New York had a Hooters when I was there.
Yeah, but what? Okay, but what? Like in Manhattan?
In Manhattan.
Yeah, sure.
It was
next to Guy Fieri's restaurant.
It was all the guys coming off their day of sell, buy.
Yeah.
And you know what we should do?
Finance bros. Yeah,
that's
who goes
there. What we ought to do?
Hooters.
Bro, you don't even got to say it. Bro,
we know where we're going.
I'm already sitting in a sticky
Why are you
booth.
wasting my time?
Yes, they want the non-coastal, non-political. So here I am writing a Doonesbury-esque expose of Hooters.
Or you pivot to Turning Point Hooters.
Yeah.
You can get it,
a hard, funny version of what a Hooters multicam can be.
Sure.
Then he says, if you take the meeting and cook up a pitch, I promise as a reward, I'll send you the only known photograph of me at a Hooters with my friends in 8th grade. We weren't ready and we're way over our heads, and it shows. Oh, that's fun.
That is funny.
He's trying to say we're pals again, right?
I mean, that's nice though. But we both said bring it to me.
I always want to hear about it.
Are you going to pitch?
You go first. Am I going to pitch on Hooters?
Yeah.
No. I said I'll pitch on almost anything.
Sure.
But it's because work's hard to come by.
Yeah.
But I always have 10 things going now.
Mm-hmm.
You used to do one thing a year and then that would be your money.
Right. Yeah.
You did a job and a pilot or whatever, and now you do 10 things to get one.
Yeah.
But this just felt like I always ask myself when it is announced. Am I screaming?
No, you're fine.
It's coffee on an empty stomach. When they announce it on deadline, is there a chance it will lead to complete humiliation?
Wow.
Is always what I ask myself.
Interesting way to look at it.
And in that case, I thought of the comments. They're making a Hooters multicam.
Right.
We should burn this city to the ground.
Sure.
Who wrote this piece of shit? And then there's my picture. I can't have that.
Well, and it's I know everything's IP, but the He-Man movie coming out now, who is that for? Nobody.
Exactly.
On record, nobody liked He-Man more than me when I was a kid. I couldn't believe how happy I was playing with those homoerotic little muscle men in my yard.
Yeah.
But I don't know, as a grown adult, I don't go, that's the thing missing from my life. Not He-Man, not G.I. Joe.
This is always my question, is you and I are roughly the age of He-Man and G.I. Joe. I don't remember being into either. I remember Ninja Turtles, but not those two.
Well, I'm a little bit older than you.
Yeah.
And when He-Man came on the scene, there was nothing like it.
Yeah.
It was
it was sword and sorcery.
He was my Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Look at this little muscle man, and he's fighting these evil forces, and it's incredibly stupid.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Sure.
So it was.
But He-Man didn't have the president's ear.
If only. He-Man was a good guy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but it just made no sense looking back, but it was fantastic and awesome. I remember the kids that got a Castle Grayskull for Christmas. You're like, oh, you're so lucky.
Yeah.
It was a big thing.
Mom, did you see what Bryce got?
His mom loves him.
Kind of better than what I got, huh?
I literally saw all these boxes where I was like, this is probably all He-Man's friends and shit.
Yeah.
And it was all the parts to a Commodore 64. A way better gift.
Yeah.
And it was about 10 minutes of me being angry and then me going, oh shit,
and
video
then you
games.
Built it?
Then it was great. No, it was the keyboard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
I thought your parents were like, build us a computer.
It was just shit they found in a junkyard. You can build your own, right? My parents just ruinous alcoholics. There's some cards. And a screen. I took the TV apart. You kicked it in half, John. Shut up. But the thing is, Hooters, I feel like will never die. They have a casino. They're still all over the place.
Right.
Why do they need a show? It's a weird. They think IP is a go-to for things people will flock to, and it just isn't.
They think because we have the rights, we have to do it.
Yes.
And they never think about whether or not they should.
Whether they should. It just makes no sense.
I
get that.
Very recent. Well, I was Orko for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
From He-Man. But I don't remember ever liking
the little
He-Man.
wizard.
Yeah.
Well, I remember Orko being like a bridge too far when the cartoon came out. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
I'm not ad shit. I'm not going to buy that toy.
Him. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
He's not ripped.
No.
Everybody's ripped. That's the only law of the He-Man land.
Yeah, even
man or woman, you got to be shredded, man.
Yeah.
And
then Shredder, of course, and the Ninja Turtles were famously shredded as well.
He was shredded. Well, he was more a shred-or. He would shred you.
Yeah. I just rewatched the whole trilogy.
Oh, wow.
Of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You got two good ones, I'll say.
I had when the comic book first came out.
Yeah.
I remember that was an underground comic, and then I discovered it, and it was such a weird idea.
Yeah.
And they would actually kill people. When they in fights and stuff, people would die, and Shredder would actually cut people open and shit. And that was oh fuck, it was where it was I remember reading that comic and being like, it's not for kids. The original. It was a black and white graphic novel or something that was pretty adult.
Yeah.
And then it kind of got bought and homogenized into something that was still cool.
Right.
It's still a great idea. Is a great idea.
Oh, yeah. I thought the first 2 movies are really good.
Mm-hmm. They're fun.
For what they are. The Ninja Turtles, was it Eastman and Laird made those? Is that
I don't know
the original
names.
writers?
I don't know the names. Sorry.
But what they do, like Ninja Turtles works, but He-Man, exactly what you're talking about is what I find myself talking about all the time. We barely give a shit about He-Man, and we were there.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't have children, but your kids don't, nor should they give a shit about
Nobody
He-Man.
knows what it is. He didn't live on. There's not a new version for kids. It's not like Barbie.
Yeah.
Where Barbie's like eternal.
Yeah, Barbie never left.
No.
But when they try to bring this stuff back, you're like, what? Why would you do? I went in to pitch on a reboot of the movie Blind Date with Kim Basinger and Bruce Willis.
Yes.
Not
what
a
if
good
your
movie.
blind date was absolutely psychotic?
Right. But all it was if she drank, she went crazy.
Yeah, right. That's sorry. I forgot there was a trigger.
Yeah. So then the first 20 minutes is all these guys being like, you're going to have a hell of a time on this date because when she drinks.
Right.
And you're just sitting there like, oh, God. Like when you watch any movie from the 80s.
80s.
And it's
Jesus.
John Larroquette, of course.
Yeah.
But you have no idea why these two even like each other. The movie is just ridiculous slapstick. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense.
No.
So when I go into pitch, I'm like, this is probably a stupid thing to do, but I'm just going to say it. I don't like this movie. Nobody I know likes this movie. Nobody remembers this title. This is how I'm pitching the show.
I love this. I love this style.
I thought I'll just do Costanza and do the different of my instinct.
Yes.
The opposite of my instinct. I'm like, no one cares. No one remembers it. No one thinks fondly of it. The story isn't compelling. There's no laughs. The premise isn't good.
Yeah.
So, and they're just like staring at me like this, but I'm like, so why are you doing it? I go, why don't we just make a cool, great modern movie about a blind date gone awry? There's nothing I want to preserve from this original
You could
pitch.
literally make this new movie and say it's a shot-for-shot remake, and it's not, and no one would give a shit.
Would know or care.
One
Why are you paying for these rights?
Would check and be like, they're lying.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Right. Well, then, so Nate Bargatze, obviously a very funny man. His new movie, The Breadwinner, is coming
It's Mr.
out.
Mom.
And it's Mr. Mom.
It's Mr. Mom.
So you're like, that I get. You don't have to pay Mr. Mom.
And my problem with that is, respect to Nate. Nate's great. It's a friend.
Yeah.
Mr. Mom is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And a classic.
Mm-hmm.
And a movie you can watch from the 80s that still stands up. That's awesome.
Right.
And now, in 2026, you still have a dad who doesn't know where their kids' schools are?
That's the other thing. It's like you have to, all you have to do is modernize it a little bit, and they didn't.
It's one of those things where it has to start with a traumatic brain injury for Nate Bargatze's character.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was the Harrison Ford movie where he gets shot?
Regarding Henry.
Where he turns into a nice guy. But don't throw that out the window. He can be whatever he was, but he's coming out and he doesn't remember anything, and she has to leave town, and he's lying. He's like, no, my memory is back. And he has a notebook that people have made for him with all the shit, and he loses the notebook when she's gone. Like something like that.
Right.
2026, you can't. What dad exists? I mean, I'm sure they're out there. Those guys.
Well, they don't even really write him as a workaholic. It does. No. Like he seems to be pretty much home and not doing anything.
Yeah. And to me, the funniest thing about Mr. Mom is that the guy was aware of how dumb he was in certain respects, but he goes to the Hooters for women. He goes to the strip club for women.
Yes.
And is like, you know what? Not my bag, but let's party.
Right.
That guy's doing great. There's no homophobia in him.
Right.
Because he's just a guy's guy. He's just chill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he's definitely clueless in part. Was the part with Martin Mull where he's like, you want a scotch? It's 9 a.m. Or no, you want a beer? It's 9 a.m. Scotch?
Yeah.
Like doesn't he doesn't know how to not party.
Right.
Kind of thing while he's doing home repairs.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, like
no, you're absolutely right. It's like you get it that he's a workaholic and he's so busy, and now that his wife's gone, he's like, well, shit, I'm gonna have to get it together. And I'm sure that's the plot of The Breadwinner too.
Sure.
But it's like that was a giant cultural issue in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Like on the cover of Time was like the man at home or whatever, the man left behind or something. That's not an issue now.
No, well, they couldn't do it. I mean, the thing is, I'm realizing it is, but it especially was in 2020.
Yeah.
Where you had all these guys who didn't have their jobs anymore,
That's
but then also wouldn't help.
Right.
Because it's not my job. Where it's like, whoa, dude, how many times were you stopping off at a Hooters on the way home from work saying you were working late? How many times were you looking at your phone in a car outside the house while she's losing her shit with her 4 kids?
Yeah.
And you just know, I just don't do that. And then boom, and then your wife leaves you, understandably, kind of thing. Now, but they would never make that movie.
No,
where it's like it couldn't be like, oh, we're all home because of COVID, because there are still people that are like, COVID never existed.
The second you say COVID in your pitch, it would just be like, and like, Gary, take the novelty check away.
Yeah, we're gonna
the big Price is Right check. Just take that down the hall.
Take that down the hall.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't want to believe that I had a pilot. Hour-long I did with Apatow, and everybody's excited, and everything was like, well, obviously, we'd love to just remove that mention of COVID. There was a one-line mention that COVID had happened and that it was a negative thing.
God forbid you be you find some relatability on a human level.
But let's say that show, I mean, I would hope that movie started from that real place of COVID. Movies take about 5 years to come together in the best case.
I could see it.
So maybe it was like, let's do this movie, and he's realizing, like, I'm home and I don't know how to take care of my kids. And I bet immediately they were just like, no, none of that.
He's just a dumb dude.
Yeah, he's just an idiot.
Criminally dumb father.
Yeah.
Like these kids, I find myself flailing sometimes with my 5-year-old, but I'm lucky enough that I've been able to have this time, and I do check in and I see if I'm doing all the stuff. But it's like, for his kids to be, he's got like preteens in that movie, I think. He's gone that far, and these kids aren't like, my dad fucking sucks, man. I don't know. He's just checked out all the time.
Yeah. Well, you can do that movie too, and they would. I mean, even Liar's that to some degree.
Yeah.
The kicking point.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly. Sorry, go ahead.
No, but this jumping off point of most high concept comedy from the 80s and 90s was, my dad is a workaholic who's obsessed with his job, who maybe has a younger intern who's really sexually interested in him that he's kind of like fighting off at work. Not doing anything.
Tale as old as time. We know how that is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially when you look like
those hot interns.
Yeah.
Working for me.
Yes, always. And you're always, hot too when you're a dad who is.
Well, you're a man, so you're constantly horny. We all know that feeling.
Yeah, for sure. But these were like the PG-13s. These weren't even the adult movies.
Yeah.
But you're learning this kind of weird thing of like, dad is always busy and he's off. But that was usually the point of the movie in a good way.
Yeah.
There'd always be a scene where Jim Carrey would be driving to work. He's got his coffee. He checks his watch to see if he's going to be on time.
Pours it on his balls.
Spills the coffee on his balls.
Yep.
And we loved it.
Yeah.
But then eventually they're like, hey, you're neglecting your family. And by the end, he would attend one child's birthday party. Everything would be resolved.
Oh, yeah. He's here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the mom was been to all of them. Is just forgotten. Go watch something.
Yeah. There's good ones. Parenthood's a great example.
Yeah. Great show.
Of where
great movie.
You're getting everybody's POV.
Yeah.
But generally it was the stay at home, boring, I hate you going out and having fun wife.
I think
more a tyranny.
I think you can never. I don't think he is in the movie, but you can. No one really gives a shit about comedians and movies or TV shows, and they shouldn't. Yeah. Any TV show or movie where it's a crux of it is a guy's a stand. I couldn't give a shit less.
Yeah.
And my mom, she's like, oh, I just think it's interesting. I'm like, it's rare. My wife reps comics, and she always tells them, stop. Don't pitching about that part of your life. Pitch something else.
What if there was a show about a comic? And he realized his life was the inspiration. He could start talking about his real life in his act. Not just goofy shit, but he realizes like his life's interesting enough.
Well, that's
the plot of every stand-up movie. And
yeah. Brutal. Yeah. Like,
is this thing on?
I auditioned
even when I like them, I'm just like, again, we're doing this?
No, is this thing on? I can't even. And Kanane texted me. He's like, I'm watching this on plane. This is dog shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure comics don't like that movie.
Of course not. But I auditioned.
Probably don't like Backdraft either. You know what I mean?
Okay. Firefighters very hate it. Tom Papa had a show that only went to pilot that I auditioned for. That was the whole crux of it was he's a road comic who's taking time off to be with his family. Literally what I've done for the past 2-3 years. And his family, it's all like teenagers. They're like, we like it the way it is. We're cool when you're gone. He's like, but I want to spend time with you. We spend enough time.
That's a funny premise.
It's enough. So it's like, that's funnier because you don't, it's almost forgotten that he's a stand-up because he's home now.
Right.
Kind of thing. And everyone kind of romanticizes what his life is. His life is actually kind of boring and shitty. He was like, that's the last one I even heard of that I'm like, okay, maybe.
You at least got to put some sort of twist on it. And they just never do.
Just don't do the stand-up thing. Yeah. Oh, so what's let's do the worst or weirdest thing or the thing that made you laugh.
The worst, like
that you're like, never. Pitch. Probably the Hooters one is up there, but.
Oh my God. I mean, if you do one, okay. I've had so many.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on the show, but I remember getting a email back in the day from an agent I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
They're looking to replace the Man versus Food guy. And I was like,
that's not bad.
Because he was leaving or something. Yeah. And I'm like, I wrote back, I'm like, I'm unhealthy enough. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I cannot do eating competitions regularly.
Yeah. Well, I used to do
once
Drunk History. I was the guest on that. I told a story twice on that show.
Yeah.
And both times, for days after, I felt horrible. The worst hangover.
Well, Duncan Trussell barfed during his.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? He's barfing in the toilet yelling, I'm in hell.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the first time I did it, they were like, have 3 by the time the crew gets there.
Ugh.
And the second time they were like, we're not doing that anymore.
Don't.
But Derek Waters, who hosts it, was like at some point like, get me out of this. Like, imagine for months, you're 3 times a week you're drinking to that level.
I used to go, like, I don't know if Derek has a problem with me or whatever, but like he never put me on that thing.
Yeah.
I knew him a long time.
Yeah.
But I used to go, I don't know why, damn it, I'd like to. Now I'm like, thank God, I never ever want to do that show.
Yeah. My father did not know that I drank. Just
at all?
Yeah. When I was like from 5 years old on, he was like, if you ever have a drink, it will ruin your life the way it's ruined every Walsh's life.
Wow, that's Irish.
Yeah. And
Conan O'Brien had the same thing.
Oh, really?
With his the curse.
Yeah, I didn't drink till I was 23 or something.
Wow.
Like okay. And then I wouldn't say I made up for lost time, but I definitely enjoyed drinking and recently stopped again. But my father saw that it was happening and was like, so what is this? And when I tried to tell him what it was like, what now? You're going to be drunk on camera?
Oh no.
Patrick. And like for a guy who's worked like in drywall his whole life.
Yeah.
He's like, in his mind, he's like, my foreman's going to see me drunk on TV and be like, I'm like, no, it's very different.
My mom's generation, you never let a picture be taken of you holding a drink.
Oh, okay.
Because then people look at it and go, look at this drunk.
That's every picture of my family.
I've so many pictures of me holding something. I'm drinking. Yeah. It's that was how they saw it. And I was trying to go, well, maybe mine is like smoking a joint, but it's not even that.
Yeah.
I don't know if people necessarily care as much. Now people in their profile pics are like chugging a beer.
For sure. For sure. No, yeah. He was like, this is really, you brought a great shame upon your family. I wish I had and I have, but not for that.
I'm only laughing at the severity of his statement. I'm not laughing at his perspective. Oh, yeah. I get where he's coming from.
By the way, my father, where I'm going to Atlanta for work. So he's always so intense that I have to hold the phone away. And he's like, what? So now that's assuming he called me. So he's like, he had called and he wanted to tell me something. And he had this big health issue.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. And I knew that he called for the first time in like 5 years.
Wow.
My sister kept saying like he needs to talk to. So he called and then he's like, so I want to send you something also. When are you going to Atlanta for work? I'm like, June 10th. Okay, well, I need to make sure it gets there before then. Can you just confirm you get it when it arrives? I'm like, what is this going to be? This is crazy. Plus with the health stuff, like maybe it's something. So it shows up in the mail yesterday and he has sent me a giant stack of journals that he wrote in 1990. His own journals, like his diary.
Whoa.
Like this is a gift? What the fuck?
What are you?
It was the worst gift I've ever received. and I got to be home to get it, and I'm going to be so excited to receive it. Your journals?
Wow.
Yeah, it's very strange. And I'll read them. I'll give them a look.
Yeah.
But it's just like, what is this?
That's a lot. That's a lot to dump on your child at any age.
Well, then I'm also like, are these going to be like, I wish I didn't have children? Like, what are...
Well, and like,
did he read through them?
Dad, did you... Because I know that generation... with respect to your father, is big on revisionist history.
I don't need respect. Yeah.
They're big on, I never did that.
That's his whole personality.
People are talking about stuff in therapy that happened because they remember it because they have younger, sharper minds. And these people are like, oh, I would never. But you did, though.
Go to the videotape.
You know?
You did it every day for 17 years.
So, yeah. And my thing is, did he just go, I know what's in there. It's about how much I love my son.
Maybe.
Or did he read and go, oh, fuck. I wrote some dark shit in here.
Yeah.
Maybe my son doesn't need to have this in his head. You know what I mean?
I don't know if
I'm
going to
go
A.
What. I think he went A and just sent it.
So there could be some accidental, surprising revealing stuff.
Well, I think stuff that he might not be proud of.
Yeah.
Sure. It's a journal.
I'd love a real unvarnished look into what hell my dad was going through when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't clear to us. We just knew that something was happening.
Yeah.
I would love to know what he was dealing with and see if I could help that, or, help use that in my own life. But that's not what this is going to be at all.
No, I think you might get some interesting perspective on where he was coming from. You're like, oh, so that's how he saw this, or that's what was going on, or that's what he was living with at work, or whatever.
Sure.
So I think there could be some stuff like that, but I think it would be really hard for me to read my dad's journals, and not internalize certain things.
Oh, of course.
Like my parents evidently separated when I was like when I was like 3 or something like that, or 4, and I didn't know my dad was gone.
Yeah.
My dad moved in with somebody.
You do
for
the
a
Home
while.
Alone thing where you had like a mannequin that your mom controlled.
Yeah, she had this guy. Yeah, she took a lover that dressed up as my dad.
Yeah.
No, but it was like, I remember walking with my dad.
You just keep saying he's your dad. It's still me.
It's me. What are you? You're crazy. Some weirdo she met in a bar. And my dad was like, he's like, I was walking with him, and as a kid, he's like, I used to live over there. And I moved to Portland with my parents.
Yeah.
I was like, we live there, Dad? And he goes, no, just me. The fuck? And it's one of those things where I've heard pieces. I'm not going to go what happened and dig that up for them because I know it wasn't a long time.
Yeah.
I think they both flamed out and needed some time apart or whatever.
Understandable.
But it's one of those things that, like, I don't want to read the journal about that period.
Yeah.
Because I might find weird parallels in me.
Sure.
Where I'm, as far as I'm concerned, I'm with my wife until I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
But
as far as she's concerned.
She has shit on me you wouldn't believe, Patrick.
Yeah.
I can't let it get out. There were times where we were beyond tumultuous.
Yeah.
Where we both saw the relationship as different things completely. We break up, get back together again. So it's like, I don't want to revisit that.
Sure.
With my parents, something like that. So if you're going to read it, and I think maybe you should, I think you probably have a pretty good perspective on things and have like a good sense of humor so you can pick some good things out. But it's like, I kind of, at the same time, I a little bit worry, this is a weird corollary, but I'm reminded of this, like CJ Sullivan in Chicago used to do this bit where he just brought out a slide whistle and he'd be the ups and the downs of things. You look at the positive, you look at the negative.
Yeah.
And he's like, his one was like, well, my girlfriend found a way to express herself creatively. So that's good. With a 20-page suicide note. And the funniest part of that is he would laugh and then he'd go, 20 pages. I got to read the whole thing.
That's fun.
It's such a dark thing. This person is dead and he's like, fuck, what is this, a book?
Yeah, that's very funny.
But that's the first thing I thought of with like journals.
Yeah.
Jesus, this is so much. Trying to finish this book I enjoy. Yeah.
It felt, I will read it, but there is sort of a thing of like, you couldn't have edited this down to the best moment. You're retired, like some of the wheat in the chat. He also sent me all the home movies of me and my sister, and that I've had for 10 years and can't look at.
No.
And again, I think he thinks it's going to be this like Wonder Years credits type thing of like, what would you do? But like, I have horrific memories of my childhood, and they're going to be in these videos.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm going to see a very sad little kid, and I think it's going to affect me.
Oh yeah, dude.
So I haven't watched them, and he'll ask if I've watched them, and I'm like, no, like it's a new Mad Men season or something.
Wow.
No, I haven't checked it out.
Wow.
Or my childhood. Yeah.
That's also wild. Like how much of your output that's made it to the screen has your father watched?
Oh, well, he always has a lot to say.
So he does watch it.
Yeah. He doesn't watch the Miss Pat show. I think he loved that it's on BET Plus, and he just asks, well, obviously I'm not going to get that. And I'm like,
they won't let me.
That's fine.
Patrick, I'm a Caucasian. I can't get BET.
Don't I assume they do one of those facial recognitions and they'll know.
They'll know. Yeah. My name is clearly Irish.
Now,
like there's no black people with Walsh as a last name.
I know people come down on this, but what if I were to make up my face with a black or a brown cream?
That way, I'll go to the BET offices where you do buy streaming, I'm imagining. Where do I get in line?
And it is kind of, it's the sweetest reason for Blackface ever. He wanted to see his son's work. Who could be mad about that? But no, he'll watch them.
I think I've said this in the show, but my buddy Rob Snow's grandma had the word, and I've said this several times. If you heard it, bear with me, but it fits.
I haven't heard.
His grandmother was like, and the black people, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I mean, she switched the words. And she said the worst one when she said the best one first. But it was in her, she was really trying, but then she ended up saying the worst thing. So it's like, her motives were pure, but good Lord, Grandma.
My grandma used to work at JCPenney. So you'd be like, hey, so how was work? And it was the Christmas season, still crazy at work or whatever. You'd be like, well, Patrick, everything's fine. And then in come the black.
No, God.
She would whisper it to where no noise would come out and then go back to full volume. And I'm like, it's just me and you.
And that's
you can say blacks.
Blacks.
Yeah.
Say it out loud. Yeah, they do. Why? Oh, they do. We do. White people get quiet. We mention any person of color thing.
Yeah.
And that's worldwide. There was a Eastern European woman who used to host at the bar, the restaurant I worked at. And she's like, people are nice and come in, but sometimes the black people, it's so much worse in that accent.
Oh, yeah,
if I may, we're like, fuck you.
Blacks.
Get out of my country.
The blacks.
We have plenty of our own terrible racism. Don't eat yours.
Yeah. No, the other big one is there's my grandma with the whispering, and then I used to where was I going with this? I don't want to ruin anyone in my family.
We're just talking about your dad and his journals, and
I'm trying to say,
does your dad enjoy the show?
No, but I'm trying to say is my dad still in touch with this woman that he is divorced, and I feel comfortable that I can say this. Wow. When I met this woman who he's now divorced from.
This was your stepmom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Briefly.
How briefly?
3-4 years.
Okay, got it.
But and then we 3 or 4 Christmases where you spend it with her entire extended family, this strange woman, and then she's out of your life. This is when I was 38.
Oh wow.
So you're just I don't want to hang out with these people.
That's crazy.
But you have to. So first time I met her, meaning she should be on her best behavior. I'm meeting her new husband's grown son. And she comes in and she's all winded and sweaty. I'm like, what's going on? She goes, well, I was just up at Kohl's, Missouri. She goes, and I lost my wallet. And I'm walking all over through the parking lot. Where is my wallet? Where's my wallet? And this woman comes running over to me. She goes, ma'am. I turn around. I say, yes. She goes, I think I found your wallet. Is this you? And shows me the picture of me on my license. I could have started crying. I was blown away by it. She puts her hand on my arm and she goes, Patrick, this was a black woman.
Jesus Christ.
9 times out of 10, it's going to be a black woman taking your wallet.
Jesus. She's still going. She didn't stop at this is a black woman that has let any kind of insinuation fly around your brain.
That's not great.
She had to just fucking chisel it in a stone. I'm a bigot.
And she's meeting me. We haven't said hello yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the worst white. The white that's I'm assuming you're also racist.
Well, I literally turned to my dad this is who you picked? After 40 years of criticizing every decision I've ever made, this is wife too?
You nailed this one, Pop. Wow. What a prize. What a prize she is.
Yeah, crazy.
That's Patrick. 9 times.
I mean, you understand, right? I hate that too.
Oh yeah,
because then I'm supposed
to get it. Well, and like
I'm supposed to go to this new woman I'm meeting. Like, no, I don't understand, Mom.
And we have now this entire movement that's second time in office that's entirely based on made up false bigoted stats and bullshit. 9 times out of 10.
Before we go much further here, I am a Trumper. And I should tell you both.
Fuck you.
I have hantavirus. That's not related, but I wanted to mention it before we started.
Doesn't one negate the other?
I wanted to mention the hantavirus before we got into this room.
If you're a Trumper, you're immune to all diseases. RFK said that.
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah.
Because there's a way, radio waves that'll cancel out. That'll come from Trump's brain.
I'm sure we're fine. I'm sure we're fine. Yeah.
Yeah. God, the familiarity of that.
Yeah, it was haunting.
As soon as you started the story, I said the thing that everyone says to you, you got to put that in something.
Yeah.
Because it's so good. Honestly, it's like, I feel like shows, like one reason like Abbott Elementary is so funny is because it goes there in certain respects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the teacher literally attracted to the teenage boy, and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
And the one's just openly, the older one's talking about how hot he is and stuff. And it's just like, stop.
Yeah.
Genuinely funny and genuinely real.
Yeah.
I think if you put something like that in your mainstream sitcom, the character who's in it, who doesn't have to just make her or him recurring, that just says outlandish shit like that makes a white person who thinks of themselves as much more woke having to confront this shit.
Right.
It's very funny.
Well, it is hard to do. I mean, I write for an all-black sitcom, and people have approached me about doing the behind the scenes of that as a sitcom, where I'm the white guy on the black show.
That's funny.
And I'm like, yes and no. I think The Office was kind of the definitive version of that.
Sure.
And I think we are at a place where even if the joke is I'm the idiot, or like Steve Carell was always, stepping in the shit,
Well, his character is a terrible person.
Correct.
Michael Scott is a terrible person.
Yes. But it's like, for some reason, we've kind of stopped even doing that. We're like, that was all of comedy for 15 years there.
Right.
And kind of my favorite comedy.
Sure.
Eastbound and Down,
the overconfident idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anchorman.
And weirdly, I think even that, I think everyone is so scared. I'm not talking about cancel culture and shit. No. But I think people are so scared of even knowing what to do in the comedy space.
Yeah, and they don't want to have a reckoning with the history. Yeah. Whereas if you have the behind the scenes of a black show and the white guy on there, you have to reckon with a lot of bad blood. You have to reckon with lot of, but I think you can do that in a fun way. I just don't think,
if you're
I think
open
executives just go, powder keg.
That's right.
But one reason why Ms. Pat is so successful, other than just being a fucking riot, she's so funny. This woman does not hold back. She speaks her mind.
No. Well, I mean, my first day there, I went down to Atlanta, and she goes, "Hey, you're the new guy?" I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "First off, I'm sorry about the N-words." And I said, "Miss Pat, I say it all the time." And then big laugh, big hug, and like we've had that relationship ever since, which has been great. But also on my first day, she goes, "I want to write an episode about I read her autobiography on the way down, which if you have Audible,
incredible.
It's amazing. Incredible. It's called Rabbit. But she's had a life like beyond precious, like a horrible life.
So bad, yeah.
And deserves all of her success. Yep. But we were down there, and she goes, "I want to do an episode about my molester. And I want to do an episode where I make jokes about being molested, and my sister, who was also molested, gets upset that I think that's something I can make fun of."
Wow.
And I've been writing on sitcoms for like 20 years. Like it's usually like mom bought dad the wrong tie. So I was like, my mouth was on the floor, and I'm like, okay. And she goes, "So you got that?" And usually that's all she gives you, but it's like, it is a powder keg. You're
my God.
How do I not only make that a story, but funny on top of that?
Right.
And then she slides me.
And you're writing from the perspective of a
black woman. Yeah. No, not only a woman, a black woman.
Yeah.
And she slides me this Post-it, and I go, "What is this?" And she goes, "Well, he's dead now, so we can use his real name."
Yet.
I'm like, So
that was that. Oh wow!
Even the people that pretend they're writing on a show, like we tell it like it is. You're not doing that. You know?
I only laughed at the literal intensity,
of course,
of that. Imagining that moment,
of course. Well, and at first that was very scary until I realized, like, oh, my life and my job is now 100% more challenging and therefore engaging and fun.
Yeah,
because it's like these skills that I had learned, and you know, if you want to. Mastered would be the real jerk off way to say it, but like skills that I had gotten much better at to the point where I can say I'm a showrunner, I'm a writer, I'm an executive producer,
Absolutely,
whatever.
yeah.
I have this career of experiences, but throwing something at you where it's like, but now make this funny. That's the whole beauty. Some people don't like being challenged like that, and I have times where I do, times where I don't. But it made the job that much more exciting and fun again. You know?
I mean, it's the writers on, you know, Matt and Trey, writers on South Park, all the writers on The Simpsons talk about the same thing. We've been on so long, we've done everything.
Yeah.
Where and you kind of get caught, and I know people who write on children's animation, and they're just like, well, it pays the bills, and it's great to have, but at a certain point, I hate it, I'm over it, and it's almost every day. Yeah. So to get thrown a curveball like that's coming from the top, you didn't pitch this idea.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's coming from the top. You always have that to lean on.
Yeah.
That is a tough lock to pick, but it's definitely pickable. There's something there.
Yeah. You know? Well, I mean, my first sitcom that I created myself was about living by. It was based on this book where a guy lived by the Bible for 100 days.
Oh yeah, I remember that
year
book.
Or whatever. And we had this guy, Jay Ferguson, who had been on Mad Men with a giant gray beard.
Sure.
And that was like the pitch was like in the book, he grows out as you're not allowed to shave your facial hair.
Yeah, Leviticus.
So we're like, he's going to have this big gray beard, and my ex-wife worked at Planned Parenthood. So his wife's going to work at Planned Parenthood while he's trying to live by the Bible. Uh-huh. And we get into all these things. And immediately they had issues with all of it, just 100% of it.
Of course.
You can't do a CBS sitcom about religion. You can't do that. No. You can't have her work at Planned Parenthood. They're going to hate her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, then what are we doing? You bought this show. That's what I pitched the show.
Yeah.
And little by little, you wound up taking away all the interesting and funny and gripping stuff. That's always been the heart of sitcoms. You know, the Norman Lear stuff and all this. So it's a real thrill to do it. And then with the audience there, they tell you when you've gone too far.
Yeah.
You know, Miss Pat's about 50. We did an episode where she gets pregnant and she told her husband, like, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have an abortion. Like, I'm 50 years old. Man. And he flipped out and he wouldn't let her do it.
That's great.
So she just did it.
Great plot point. Not a great thing to do as a husband.
No, but she comes home and tells him she just did it without his blessing. And he like grabs her arm and he's yelling at her in the kitchen and everything. And the audience was like, you looked out, everybody was like this. And it felt like the early Roseanne, like this electric thing.
Yes.
You have to have partners and a network that'll let you go there. And that's almost nobody at this point. Mm-hmm. Even the streamers. It's almost no one will let you go to these dark places that make drama interesting.
They're the only thing people remember and hold on to that are making the real funny.
Yeah. I mean, seeing Dan Connor on Roseanne, I remember he throws the couch at one point. He's screaming at her. He throws the sofa.
Yeah.
Huge dude. Whatever.
Yeah,
My dad's the same way. Big, strong, scary presence.
Yeah.
And we couldn't watch all kinds of stuff. Couldn't watch In Living Color, and that we had all these weird rules. It had to be PG or G or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
But we always sat around and watched Roseanne, and I never asked, but deep down I think it was because my parents are like, oh, we want them to see that other families get this
are
heated.
Dysfunctional.
This dysfunctional. Yeah. Because then we looked less.
That's interesting.
I think, but I don't know. I never asked them. So.
Yeah. Because it was that show did go there.
Yeah, all the time.
Back in the day. Yeah. Really crazy stuff.
Carmichael Show's another one recently, but it's like you just have to have the kind of showrunner, and I wasn't, confident enough at the time to be like, fuck you, I'm doing this.
Well, and it's like, it's especially in the one of the shittiest things about this climate is like, you have to be ballsy to survive, but ballsy can get you canned so fucking fast and you never get another job. So it's like, God damn it, you know? Yeah. I've mentioned this in the show. I mean, God bless Netflix, but like I can reel off a couple friends of mine who had to walk away from deals to get the money they were owed even close. Where it's just like, fine, I'm walking away. Like they want the rights to all the characters and all the things and all the stuff you're doing. Yeah. All right, fuck, I'm just gonna walk away. Next week they call. All right, fine, you can have. Yeah, like, dude, why are we?
How?
But it's like, and it's not just Netflix. It's all the streamers. It's all these things of you just going, well, I guess this is where we're this is baseline and see how,
Yeah.
So it's like now I'll develop a project and go, yeah, I'll just, not whatever they offer, but if I get something for this, cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? Rather than have this thing that's like my passion project that, I want to, that whole, was that M. Night Shyamalan when he wrote The Sixth Sense? He's like, I'm not selling this for less than $1 million. And he eventually got $1 million kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where, and I think that script was worth $1 million. But
for sure.
That said,
you got to believe that strongly in yourself.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I watched an interview with Rob Lowe, who's, had a 40-year career, maybe longer at this point, 50-year career. And he said he got offered some Fox drama. And they're like, just so you know, it shoots in Ireland. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I'm Rob Lowe.
I saw this. Yeah.
So you'll obviously be making it shoot in LA, where I'm from. So I'm going to pass, and you just come back to me when you're ready to shoot it in LA. And he goes, 30 minutes later, they were on to the next offer. They offered it to somebody else. And he's like, I'm not saying I'm the best actor in the world. He's like, but I am Rob Lowe, and I always had some sort of clout. He's like, the business has changed to the extent where if I say I'm not doing it, they're not coming back.
Well, and
so that's, you got to believe in yourself, not just to the extent where you go like, this is it, or I'm walking, but you have to then be okay if they never come back around. And that's the scary thing.
Well, and it makes me think of what the meat grinder warfare that Ulysses S. Grant pioneered, where it was just to keep sending soldiers and we'll eventually win. But like, God, they're doing that with shows.
Right.
Just rather than pay this amount of shows, this much money, and they have large crews and all this stuff, just let's do all these little ones and send them in. And, this one's a hit, and everyone else is fired. We'll never talk to you again. And it's just over and over. It's like, that's unsustainable. You're not only not building relationships, you're destroying them.
Right. And then when these smaller shows find their fan base or start to find their fan base, immediately you're told, fuck you, don't engage in the show.
Because we can't do more than 2 seasons because then we got to pay you.
Exactly. So everybody's like, well, that looks kind of interesting, but I'm not even going to start it. What's the point?
Exactly.
Talk about shooting your own business in the foot.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we've come to the end, sadly, but is there anything you'd like to promote before you go?
Well, I have a new podcast called Pat's Movie Corner.
Yeah, when's my episode coming out? Do you know? Put you on the spot? Where's that $20 you owe me?
It will be out, I believe, by the end of this month.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
Cool. I had a great time on it. We talked movies.
We did talk movies. It's basically that. The guest brings a movie and we talk about it. It's a comedy podcast about film. Mm-hmm. The Miss Pat Show is now on Paramount Plus. It had been on BET Plus for many years, but now is on Paramount. That's about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Well, thanks for coming on the show. And,
thanks for having me.
Check out Patrick's podcast. And this was a blast. We went in a lot of different spaces. That was really fun.
We didn't even get to the magigic of Costco.
We got to it a little bit, and I'm also from one Costco slut to another. I appreciate
I've never seen you there, but
Los Feliz. That's my joint.
I'm there too. I was there last night.
Very nice. Cool. Thanks, man.
Of course. Thank you.